Hello friends, today our topic of discussion is solar subsidy in India. First of all, I would request you all to like, share and subscribe this channel to get more tips and tricks about solar energy in India. The massive dream of India Incorporated to attain 100 gigawatts by 2022 is now appears possible with provision of various solar subsidy in India with a view to provide a push to the government's dream project, to be a global leader in field of solar energy, solar power and renewable energy. India is blessed with ample solar energy potential with 300 days of sunlight. About 5,000 trillion kilowatt-hour per year energy is experienced over India's land space, with most parts receiving 4 to 7 kilowatt-hour per square meter per day. All rooftop solar power plants, whether or not net metered, gross metered or not, are all eligible for Central Financial Assistance, CFA, or subsidy of 30% provided by Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, MNRE. Of course, this has a restriction that it's only for these three sectors, that is institutional, domestic or social sector. Solar subsidy in India is being regulated by the central, state and district authorities in the form of MNRE at centre, SNA as state nodal agencies and district ADCs as chief project officer to regulate the disbursement of solar subsidy in India to the user of eligible category. In the state of Maharashtra and Andhra Pradesh, solar subsidy in India won't be withheld due to non-issuance of NOC by DISCOM for permitting grid connectivity. According to the rules, this could speed up the execution of rooftop solar project. The user has to submit a joint inspection report, made by developer, user and implementing company to MNRE. The easiest type of mostly available solar subsidy in India is 30% capital subsidy by MNRE. Project shouldn't exceed 100 kWp installation, single location. Project might be off-grid or grid synchronized. Power can't be fed to the grid, that is, it must be for captive consumption solely. Battery backup is optionally available. This is applicable for state of Maharashtra and Andhra Pradesh. Eligibility and procedure to avail solar subsidy in Haryana is different. In a bid to push the adoption of rooftop solar in the residential, commercial and industrial sector, the DNRE Renewable Energy Department of Haryana, HADA, has issued financial assistance guidelines. All the grid-connected rooftop solar plants in the scale of 1 to 500 kilowatt are eligible for 30% MNRE subsidy. If you're living in Haryana, cities like Gurgaon, Gurugram, Faridabad, Palwal, Rewari, Sonipat, Punipat, Karnal, Hisar, Chandigarh, Ambala, Yamunanagar, Bhiwani, Kurukshetra, Jind, Jajja, Rohtak, Karkoda or any other metropolitan city, you need to understand these pointers if you're contemplating to install a rooftop PV solar system. Grid-connected rooftop solar power plants for residential, institutional, and social sectors will all be eligible for CFA, Central Financial Assistance. The state authorities will provide the solar subsidy with CFA equal to 30% of the benchmark cost, or Rs 20,000 per kilowatt, whichever is less. Eligibility for solar subsidy in Haryana: the consumers, users of domestic, institutions and social sector are eligible for solar subsidy in Haryana. Domestic, residential, all types of residential buildings, institutional schools, health institutions including medical colleges and hospitals, universities, educational institutions etc., including those registered under the Society Registration Act 1860 and the Indian Trust Act 1882, social sector community centres, welfare homes, old age homes, orphanages, common service centres, common workshops for artisans and craftsmen, facilities for use of community, trust, NGOs, voluntary organisations, training institutions, any other establishments for common public use etc., including those egistered under the Society Registration Act 1860 and the Indian Trust Act 1882. In the state of Tamil Nadu, installation of rooftop solar power plant is restricted to 100% of sanctioned, Contract load. The sanctioned load is known as kW in your electricity invoice. Consumers can install solar power plant more than the sanctioned load by getting the sanctioned load increased to the size of solar power plant concurrently. Net metering with yearly settlement, every billing cycle, the units, kWh.